Last week here on Thursday Night Thunder, Chantel Bailey took home back-to-back victories in the West Virginia Mountaineer, knocking off Overkill Evolution. This claimed Chantel Bailey's 6th overall Thunder victory, and she is currently flying the checkered flag high off of the back of the West Virginia Mountaineer. Will she go 3 for 3 here tonight as we close out the April season of Thunder?
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 99 of Thursday Night Thunder as we get set to close out the April season. Chantel Bailey currently holds the checkered flag and is on top of the overall points championship standings. We have got 16 of MTA's baddest monster truck superstars ready to throw it down for the end of the April season. Who takes the checkered flag away from the Mountaineer and who will carry it into the May season when we start episode 100 in week 1. Ladies and gentlemen, your overall points champion currently, Chantel Bailey in the West Virginia Mountaineer, representing Johnson Motorsports. She's looking to hold on, but she's got to knock off 15 other monster truck superstars. Looking at round 1, Megalodon is set to take on Snakebite. Then we see the Afterburner take on the Monster Mutt Poodle, followed by Gravedigger taking on Cyclops. Then Overkill Evolution takes on El Toro Loco to close out the first half of round 1. And over at the bottom half, it's going to be Steven Hardware and the Ice Monster getting first crack at the Mountaineer here in round 1. Now coming up first in round 1 action, the legend himself, Colt Cover and Snakebite. You know him as Gene Patterson out of Jefferson City, Missouri. He is rocking and rolling. He is ready to take on Richard Nelson II. He is representing Digger's Diecast race team. He is staged over here in the near lane. Megalodon's looking good, and so is Snakebite. Here he is at the line, staged in the far lane. Who moves on to round 2 action as we get set to close out the April season? Will it be the Snake or will it be the Shark? Both trucks staged at the line. Here's the green light now. Cobra got him off the line. Nelson trying to come back on him, and it's all cold. Look out! Nelson has turned over Megalodon here in race 1 of round 1 here to kick off the last week of the April season. Patterson gets the win in Snakebite, a tough break for the Megalodon team here to end out the April season. Next up here in round 1 action, we have got Violet Craddock, who took home the championship in week 1 of this season. Looking to turn things around, she is drawn up against Jeffrey Skipper, the 2021 Rookie of the Year from Thursday Night Thunder. He formerly drove the West Virginia Mountaineer, and you can tell nothing has changed on that truck. They switched over drivers, and it's currently driven by Bailey, who currently possesses the checkered flag. Violet Craddock looking to knock off Johnson Motorsports in round 1. There's a green light. Both drivers get a good start down through no man's land. We got a race here across the line, and I'm not sure who got the win. Both drivers letting it all hang out all the way to the very end. Skipper and Craddock letting it all hang out here in round 1 action. We have got to go down and take a look at an MTA replay and figure out who won this thing. Going back down here now and taking a look. They're even down the stretch. Watch him hit the first jump. Both trucks with some good air through no man's land. Hit the last set of cars right there. Your winner, Jeffrey Skipper in the U.S. Air Force Afterburner by merely inches. Knock off the Monster Mutt Poodle. Next up here in round 1 action, we've got the return of Nugget at a Digger's Diecast race team driving the Gravedigger. He is now set to take on Ethan Wagner in the Cyclops Chevrolet. He's been doing fairly well this season. They got Cyclops all dialed in. They are set now in the near lane, ready to try to knock off the old panel van at a Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina. That is Nugget in the Gravedigger. Who moves on to round 2 action? Digger takes on Cyclops. There's the green light. Now they're even. Up through no man's land now, and Cyclops with some big time air. It was no match for Nugget in the Gravedigger. Cyclops does move on to round 2. Nugget and the Gravedigger team are going home empty-handed here in round 1 action. Next up in round 1, we've got Ray Acuna, who made it to the finals last week in Overkill Evolution. He is now set to take on last month's rookie sensation, Michael Anderson in the Crazy Bull. El Toro Loco, there you see him staged in the far lane. He hasn't had much of an upbringing here in the April season, looking to turn things around for the last week. And of course, the big bad Ford out of Hagerstown, Maryland, Ray Acuna. Overkill Evolution in the near lane. Here's the green light. Overkill and El Toro Loco down the stretch. Now they're even, and El Toro's got a lead on him. Overkill turns it over. Coming across the last set of cars. Jumped up on the Jersey wall, rode it out, and turned the truck over. But nonetheless, Michael Anderson and El Toro Loco do get the win as we go down to the photo finish. There you see it. It wasn't by much, but the Crazy Bull does move on to round 2 action here to close out the April season of Thunder. Overkill made it to the finals last week, out in round 1 this week. A tough break for that team, but next up, representing K&J Motorsports, Jason Craddock in the Beast Chevrolet rolled the truck over last week in round 1, looking to turn it around here again in the last week of the April season, but he draws up a long-time veteran. He is like the Neil Elliott of Thunder. He has been out here so many times and for so long, but has never come up with a championship win. Jamie Hurd out of Tonganoxie, Kansas in the Iron Outlaw Ford. Can he upset the bow tie in the far lane? He's got him on the line down through no man's land. Beast turns it over again for the second week in a row. And Jamie Hurd and the Iron Outlaw get the win. Jason Craddock, we're going to go back to an MTA replay and try to figure out what happened. You see him coming off the line. You see the near lane. Jamie Hurd jumped the Beast off the line down the stretch. Watch the far lane. A big-time leap by the Beast. A hard slap there in no man's land and just rocked up and rolled over on him. But Iron Outlaw does get the win here in round 1 action. And now the MTA track crew and officials are quickly down there to turn the Beast back over. Craddock is outside of the truck. He's over there consulting with James Vaillancourt, maybe about the damage done to the truck, as it is a team truck. And there you see it looks like they busted the front axle housing. They have got some thrashing to do to bring the truck back for next season on Thunder. Next up in round 1 action, we have got Joseph Nelson, the rookie, has been out here making a big name for himself in Mind Blower. The new truck made its debut at the beginning of the April season, and it's been working out great for him. He is set now to take on a one-time Thunder champion who formerly took Gravedigger to victory. This is Sky High Racing's very own Aaron Church Bakugan Dragonoid. He's looking to turn things around as well, as he is at the lower half of the points bracket. Now set to take on the new rookie. There's the green light. The rookie got him on the line. Dragonoid's got his hands full, and it's all Joseph Nelson in the brand new Mind Blower, taking names out here on Thunder. We'll see him back in round 2. A tough break for Dragonoid. We'll see them this weekend at Maximum Carnage. Now next up to the line, it's old Peanut in Bradley Graham's old Max D ride. He's looking to make a name for himself out here on Thunder, but he draws up against an old-time veteran in James Vaillancourt in Liquidator, staged in the far lane. He has come so close so many times in that brand new truck. He wants to do good here tonight. He is now set to take on Peanut in Maximum Destruction, staged in the near lane. Who moves on to round 2 action? Liquidator takes on Max D. Staged now. Here's the green light off the line. Is Liquidator first. Max D trying to play catch-up on him and almost does. But Vaillancourt trying to shut it down and bumps Gravedigger in the rear end there in the shutdown area. Nonetheless, Liquidator moves on, taking out Max D in round 1. And now as we close out round 1 competition, Stephen Hardware in the brand new Michigan Ice Monster Chevrolet, now set to take on the 6th-time and current Thunder champion, Chantel Bailey out of Johnson Motorsports in the West Virginia Mountaineer. The question is, can this girl be stopped? And can somebody take the checkered flag away from her and the team? Hardware's looking to do that here in round 1 in the Michigan Ice Monster Chevrolet. Staged now at the line. Ford and Chevrolet off to a good start now down the straight stretch. Bailey's got a lead on him, some big time air. And Chantel Bailey carries the momentum into the last week of the April season. And she will carry the checkered flag right into round 2 competition. A great showing by Stephen Hardware in the Ice Monster. It just wasn't enough to knock off the champion. And ladies and gentlemen, that'll wrap up round 1 competition. You stay glued to your seat because we have got more action to come to close out the April season of Thursday Night Thunder. Hold on to your seats and don't go anywhere. We're back after the break.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
Next week, Thursday Night Thunder celebrates 100 episodes, but we are back to the action right here. In round 2, Snakebite takes on the Afterburner, Cyclops will take on El Toro Loco, and then the Iron Outlaw takes on Mindblower. That should be a dandy. And then Liquidator gets his shot at the current Thunder champion, West Virginia Mountaineer, to close out round 2 competition. Up first in round 2 is Gene Patterson out of Jefferson City, Missouri, a former 2-time Thunder champion in Snakebite. He is now set to take on a former 6-time champion, Jeffrey Skipper, representing Johnson Motorsports in the U.S. Air Force Afterburner, who looked wicked fast in round 1 competition. But so did Gene Patterson in Snakebite. Both drivers have tasted victory out here on Thunder before. They want it one more time. Staged at the line, Snakebite Afterburner, here's the green light. Skipper's got him off the line. Patterson comes from behind and pulls the trigger. Oh my word, what an incredible race here to kick off round 2. Both drivers letting it all hang out. Skipper got him off the line, but Patterson was coming back on him in the big end. We are going back down to the MTA replay and try to figure out who took home this win. Watch him right here off the line. You see Skipper in the near lane has the start lead on him, but Patterson, once they cross through no man's land, he puts down the Ford Brass Eagle Snakebite horsepower coming across the finish line right there. But Skipper does get the win. MTA officials are calling the Afterburner the winner here to kick off round 2 action. A close race by both drivers, but in the event, Afterburner gets the win. What an incredible race it was, and moving right along, Michael Anderson bringing back El Toro Loco to the line. He is now set to take on Ethan Wagner in the Cyclops Chevrolet. Both trucks look wicked fast in round 1. The question is, who's moving on to semifinal competition and getting that much closer to victory lane? Michael Anderson knows what he's got to do to get that truck across the finish line first, but can he outdrive Ethan Wagner here in round 2? We're about to find out. Both trucks are staged now. As we go green, both trucks hard off the line now. Cyclops got a slight lead, but Anderson trying to come back on him, and Cyclops gets a little out of shape there in the shutdown area. Anderson had the El Toro Loco on full send kill here in round 2, and Cyclops got bobbled up there in the end, but both trucks came across the finish line identically. We have got to go back and take a look at a photo finish here in round 2. Cyclops, El Toro Loco, your winner. MTA officials will crown Cyclops the winner by merely inches or quarter tread of a tire. Anderson was hanging right there with him. Unfortunately, is out of competition to close out the April season. Next up here in round 2, Mindblower set to take on the Iron Outlaw. The rookie of April is Joseph Nelson, driving the brand new Mindblower. He takes on the old head, Jamie Hurd, in the Iron Outlaw Ford out of Tonganoxie, Kansas. He is rocking and rolling here in the last week of the April season, looking to put Iron Outlaw on top for the first time in his MTA career. What's he got for the new kid on the block stage in the far lane? We're about to find out. Both trucks are staged at the line. Here's the green light now. Both trucks side by side right off the gate going up and over no man's land, and Hurd is out of shape, and Joseph Nelson and Mindblower scoop up an easy win. A tough break for Jamie Hurd and the Iron Outlaw. Got a little bobbing up there in no man's land. Mindblower does move on to semifinal competition. Now next up to close out round 2, James Valancourt, the old-time veteran, is now set to take on another veteran, Chantel Bailey, who is in current possession of the checkered flag in the overall points championship for April. Valancourt is looking to reign on the Johnson Motorsports parade here in round 2 competition. Chantel Bailey and the Mountaineer team, as of 2 weeks ago, are now 9-0 in the racing bracket. Will the streak continue, or is James Valancourt and Liquidator going to have the biggest upset of the season? Stage 2 Fords now down the straight stretch. Valancourt's got it off the line. Bailey coming back in the end, and they make contact there in the shutdown area. Valancourt letting it all hang out, and so is Chantel Bailey and the Mountaineer. Not sure who did pick up the win. Bailey came from behind after Valancourt treed her off the start. And right there, going end over end almost, Chantel Bailey will carry the checkered flag in her 10-0 streak into the semifinals. What a tough race right there for Valancourt. You know he's going to be back. But now we're heading down to the pits of the MTA garage. And if Johnson Motorsports hasn't impressed you enough, wait until you see their new ride coming to Maximum Carnage this Saturday. Yes, sir, Aiden Johnson will be piloting the brand new Lumberjack for Johnson Motorsports at Maximum Carnage this Saturday at 7 o'clock, only on the MTA YouTube channel. Jumping right back into the action for semifinal competition, U.S. Air Force Afterburner will take on Cyclops, and then Mindblower will get his shot at the current Thunder champion, Chantel Bailey and Mountaineer. And now speaking of Johnson Motorsports, Jeffrey Skipper, who formerly drove the Mountaineer, has to be in awe seeing the truck doing so well. He is set now to take on Ethan Wagner in the Cyclops Chevrolet, who has been running top-notch all night long and all April season, to be a matter of fact. He is now set to take on Jeffrey Skipper, who is looking to put U.S. Air Force Afterburner on top and get another victory for Thursday Night Thunder, who moves on to the finals to close out the April season. Cyclops Afterburner, here's the green light now down the straight stretch. Skipper's got a lead on him, but Wagner's coming back. A bobble there for Skipper in no man's land. Gave all the opportunity in the world to Ethan Wagner and Cyclops, who gets an easy win here in semifinal competition. We'll see Cyclops back in the finals, but who does he meet there? Will it be the rookie Joseph Nelson in the brand new Mind Blower, or is he going to take on Chantel Bailey, the 6-time Thursday Night Thunder champion, who is currently 10-0 in the racing series of the April season? Joseph Nelson, the rookie, would want nothing more than to knock off the veteran, the 10-0 streak, and take away the checkered flag. But Bailey knows what it takes to go all the way to the end and take the checkered flag into the next season. Who goes on to meet Cyclops in the finals? Mind Blower and Mountaineer now off the line. They are dead even down the stretch, up through no man's land here, and Bailey's hanging it all out. And so was Joseph Nelson and Mind Blower, letting it hang loose there through no man's land. Both drivers letting all the horsepower do the talking here to close out the semifinal competition, and another close race for Bailey. As we go back and take another look, you can tell all the drivers want to knock her off the top of the mountain, but watch right here, up through no man's land, the big Ford laying down the horsepower, going across the last set of cars, and right there by inches, and I mean inches, ladies and gentlemen, Bailey and Mountaineer move on to the finals here on Thursday Night Thunder. A tough outing nonetheless, but ladies and gentlemen, we started with 16. We are now down to 2. Does Ethan Wagner have what it takes to knock off the current Thunder champion, who is 11-0 in the Mountaineer? We're about to find out, because ladies and gentlemen, for the 99th time, it is time for the finals here on Thunder. Ethan Wagner and Cyclops, the former Rampage chassis, has been rocking and rolling all night long. He is now set to take on the current Thunder champion, Chantel Bailey, who is now 11-0 in the April season racing bracket as of 2 weeks ago. And if she claims victory right here tonight, she will be the first driver in MTA history to get 3 consecutive wins on Thunder. Does Ethan Wagner and Cyclops have what it takes to knock off the 11-0 record and current Thunder champion, or is Chantel Bailey going for victory number 7 and keeping the streak alive? Ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime here on Thunder. Down the straight, Ford and Chevrolet down through no man's land, some sick air, and what a race across the finish line. Ethan Wagner hanging right there with Chantel Bailey in the Mountaineer. Both drivers letting it all hang out. Ethan Wagner didn't cut her any slack. And you know the Mountaineer wasn't backing down for nobody. Let's go back and take another look at the finals. Off the line, Ford versus Chevrolet, Wagner versus Bailey, the championship on the line. Watch them through no man's land, some sick air from both drivers, flying high over the last set of cars, and right there, by inches yet again, Chantel Bailey claims victory for the 3rd consecutive week in a row, making the streak 12-0, and congratulations to Johnson Motorsports and Chantel Bailey on your 7th Thursday Night Thunder victory. You carry the checkered flag into the May season. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as we take a look at the overall point standings as we close out the April season, El Toro Loco Outlaw Max D holding it at 125, and in last place is Dragonoid with 120 points. Going over to the top half of the bracket, rounding out your top 5, is Joseph Nelson, the rookie, rounding up to 160 points. 4th place, James Vanlicourt and Liquidator with 160 as well. 3rd place with tonight's final appearance, Cyclops Ethan Wagner with 165, and Violet Craddock goes to the top 2 with 170 points as well. Chantel Bailey claiming her 3rd back-to-back championship here tonight, putting her at the top of the points bracket in the overall points champion with 225 points for Mountaineer. And ladies and gentlemen, that's a wrap here on the April season of Thursday Night Thunder. Thank y'all so much for coming out and watching these races and supporting the MTA YouTube channel. Be sure, if you haven't already, crush that subscribe button, and I'll catch you down the road. See you next week for episode 100.
Standing tall up in victory lane, I done brought the pain and now they screaming my name. Yeah, everybody saw me rock the place. Now there's flashbulbs are popping and mics in my face. Always giving the crowd what they need. Now they're wearing my shirts front row to nosebleed. Now the crowd forms is what it's all about. Signing autographs until the lights out. Yeah, it's about that. It's about that. It's been a long time. It's about that time. It's about that, cause it's about that.
It's been a long time.
It's about